What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is actually going to be my final video here on YouTube in 2021. I'll be back on tomorrow and I'll fill you in on any news and updates that we get then. But here's what we're going to discuss today. First off, what are the possibilities that Bitcoin drops to $32,000 and how that could benefit you if you decide to jump in, buy Bitcoin, and ride it back up? I'll address exactly what I'm doing in just a minute. We're also going to talk about how President Biden and Senator Joe Manchin did talk stimulus in the social spending bill. I want to address what was said and what we could potentially see moving forward. Also want to talk about some major credit score changes that we are going to see. You may not even know this, but I want to address what's happening, and I want to give you some vaccine news as well. First off, I want to wish every single one of you a very happy New Year's Eve, Happy New Year as well. I know for some people around different countries, it's already 2022. So let's get into the update for today. First, the White House Economic Counsel, Jared Bernstein, said that President Biden is very confident about the Build Back Better Act after discussions he had with Senator Joe Manchin after Senator Joe Manchin said he would not support the bill. Now, these discussions happened about 2 weeks ago, but Jared Bernstein finally came out today to address what was really discussed. Now, reports indicate that President Biden feels that they are actually closer now than they were before, even after the opposition from Senator Joe Manchin. And the reason why he says this is because he now feels like he has an answer. He feels like he knows what Senator Joe Manchin was wanting. So because of that, we may be a little bit closer to seeing this Build Back Better Act actually pass. But what I can tell you, President Biden did say that we would get something done. His exact words, get something done. But there's no indication as to what that might be. So reports do indicate that chances are this will be a smaller bill. It will have priorities from moderates and maybe some from progressives, but it would not truly impact inflation. So we'll see what happens there. But what we do know is that many Democrats worry that if they don't do something in this calendar year, in 2022, they will not get any additional seats in the House or the Senate. And some are saying, here's their plan, according to multiple reports. Let's go after the long-term approach. That's what they want to do. They want to win seats in the House and the Senate in the upcoming midterm election in November. Then in the next Congress, if they do get more lawmakers in the House and mainly in the Senate, then they can pass the massive $3.5 trillion social spending bill. But in order to do that, Democrats need a larger presence, a bigger majority in the Senate. This would simply eliminate Senator Joe Manchin's power that he currently has over other Democrats. So we'll see if that actually happens. That is one of the plans. But let's talk about Bitcoin for a second. I want to talk about Bitcoin because I've been getting a decent amount of questions from people as to whether or not now would be a good time to buy. Here's what I can tell you. I'm not here to tell you when you should buy it. I'll tell you when I'm going to be buying it and the different thresholds I plan on buying. Right now it sits about $46,000, roughly $500. It's lost about 9% in the past 7 days. And I can tell you that when I bought the majority of my Bitcoin, it was at $32,000. And later I sold it once it got to $60,000. Now I know it ran up to $67,000, $68,000, but I didn't keep buying. I sold it because it was getting riskier. As it started to fall, I bought back in at $47,000. So I actually lost money so far. I'm okay with that because it will go back up. How long, I don't know. However, I would expect we could see it hit another support. The next support would be at $43,000. I addressed this a few weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, that if it got down to another 42, 43, I wouldn't say it's going to be just skyrocketing and shooting up. we could see it actually fall down into the $32,000 range. That's where I bought it last time. So after 43,000, the next true support is right about 32,000, which again, where I bought it last time. So even though I could see Bitcoin still drop, I'm going to continue to buy in. I'm not going to blow all 100% of my money at 47,000. I'm not going to blow it all at 43,000. I'm not even going to blow it all at 32. What I did today, probably put in about 15%. Okay, about 15% of my money, maybe a little bit less than that, at 47,000. I'll probably put in about 20 to 25% at 43. If it drops lower down to the $32,000 range, and I probably won't trickle in between there, I'd probably buy in, I'd say about 40% if it drops into the $32,000 range. And if it went down below that, I'd probably use the rest of my money at the next support. I don't think it's going to drop below 32,000 before people start buying it and it just shoots right back up. But here's where I expect Bitcoin to do. I expect Bitcoin will continue to drop a little bit, but eventually it's going to run. And even though I bought in and sold, before, bought in again, I will buy and hold this time. Because I have a feeling that when Bitcoin does rally, it's going to, pretty much the next rally is going to be the biggest one that we've ever seen. That's my expectation. So for those of you that asked what I am doing with Bitcoin, that's what I'm going to do. And as far as my other holdings like Ethereum, ADA, I have a bunch of different ones. I'm going to continue to buy in as they drop, but just understand, I'm not going to sell if they continue to drop. I'm going to keep buying. Okay? So if you don't have the money to do that, just don't worry about it. Buy in when you feel comfortable, but don't sell at complete losses. Wait for it to ride back up, because eventually it will ride back up. Now, let's get into the changes regarding your credit scores. Most people have used this service and system, but don't know how this actually impacts them. It was announced today that Equifax is now going to be adding buy now, pay later payments onto your credit reports. Currently, Affirm, they do report some of their loans to Experian, and next year, Equifax will join them. But here's what you need to know. Until recently, when you purchased an item through the buy now, pay later portal or system, and let's say you made 4 equal payments, this wouldn't get shown on your credit report. You wouldn't see it. So other lenders wouldn't see it either. And this could potentially benefit you, but it could also hurt your credit score, and now this could ultimately change. But at the same time, here's what you need to keep in mind. This could also impact you when trying to get a loan. You may be asked by the lender, okay, you have this buy now, pay later loan payment. I'm not going to qualify you for this auto loan till that is paid off. Well, if it lasts weeks or a couple months, guess what? You got to wait. This could also really impact people that are going to buy a home, because you may not realize it, because this hasn't come out yet. A lot of people don't realize this, that you may be purchasing let's say a new camera, right? A new TV on the buy now, pay later, payment plan using Affirm on Amazon, which I absolutely love Affirm. So if you're looking for a good company to buy into and hold, I think Affirm is a great price at under $100. Now, here's what I can tell you. If you are planning to use this service, just understand that it could impact you when it comes to your credit report. Also, here's the other big issue. Right now, the credit reporting agencies, they use something called an account age and this is a major component of your credit score. So buying a lot of items using the financing option of buy now, pay later, this could actually hurt your credit score in the short term and potentially in the long term. But again, this is still so new, we really have no idea how this is really going to impact us. But here's something else I want to keep you up to date on. The COVID news. Today, Biden officials are now extremely worried that booster shots are going to limit the global supply of the vaccine. This is exactly what happened just earlier this week when the World Health Organization came out and said that they were worried that by some countries like the United States, Asia, and even Europe, by us providing booster shots to millions of people, this is actually going to help us with Omicron. But the problem is we are starting to eliminate the vaccine that was being used for other countries. Well, here's what they're saying. If we continue along this path, the World Health Organization's goal of reaching 70% of the world's population of getting vaccinated, this looks less and less likely. Meaning, if the US does get more people vaccinated, that's great, but the other issue is another COVID variant could easily follow or be created and therefore send us backwards once again. So the World Health Organization is saying, that's great. You guys are slowly getting out of this pandemic. The problem is everyone else is seeing more cases, and if we see additional variants spin off of the Omicron variant, that's going to create an additional issue for everyone in the United States, in Europe, and in Asia. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your year. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a very fun, safe, and happy new year. If you have any questions whatsoever, ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.